Hi everyone. Today we will see 5 most brave queens in Indian history. So let's start. First is Rani Lakshmibai. Lakshmibai, the Rani of Jhansi, was an Indian queen of the Maratha state of Jhansi in North India. She was born on 19 November 1828 in Varanasi into a Marathi Garhade Brahmin family. Her parents called her Manikarnika. Manikarnika lost her mother when she was only 4 years old. Her horses included Sarangi, Pavan and Badal. She rode Badal to escape from the fort in 1858. When Badal died, she later used Pavan. In May 1842, at the age of 14, she got married to the Raja of Jhansi, Gangadhar Nevalkar. When the Indian rebellion started in Meerut, Rani got to know about this and she increased her protection and conducted a Haldi Kumkum ceremony to convince her people that there is no need to fear about British. On 17 June in Kotha ki Serai near the Phool Bagh of Gwalior, the British forces killed 5,000 soldiers of Lakshmibai. She was later killed in combat after having successfully assaulted Gwalior. Others say that she was dressed as a cavalry leader, was badly wounded, not wishing British to capture her body. She told a hermit to burn it. Rani Padmini. Padmavati was the famous queen of Chittor. She was well known for her beauty all over India. She had a lot of love for birds, and she also had a parrot named Hiraman. Her father did not like her obsession to birds, so he decided to kill Hiraman. But he somehow managed to fly away and reach King Ratan Singh. The parrot told the king about the beauty of Rani Padmavati. Her beauty dragged King Ratan Singh to cross multiple obstacles to marry Padmavati. Raghav Chetan, a Brahmin, was banished by Ratan Singh from his court for fraud. Raghav reached Alauddin Khilji, the Sultan of Delhi, and was full of praises for Rani Padmavati. Alauddin then got bent on obtaining her and hence attacked Chittor. Padmavati, along with all other Rajput women, died in mass self-immolation, called Jaur, after the death of King Ratan Singh in the battle. In this way, Alauddin did not even get a glimpse of Rani Padmavati's beauty. Since then, the people of Rajasthan have been worshipping Rani Padmavati as a goddess. Razia Sultan. She was the only Muslim woman in history to have ruled India. She ruled in Delhi from 1236 to 1240 as the Sultan herself. Her father Iltutmish had come to Delhi as a slave serving under Qutbuddin and rose to a provincial governor's post. Razia was a bold young woman, trained in military warfare and administration. However, her ascent to the throne did not come easily. Her brother had taken over the throne after the death of their father, and she could claim the crown only after her brother died. Razia took to the throne much to the unease of many. Since she was young, she did not get a chance to be taught many Muslim traditions for women, and now she even had to dress like men. She was such a brilliant diplomat who woos people to like her, especially the military, and could also pit them against each other. Razia was weirdly taken prisoner by her childhood friend Al-Dunya, who did not like her being a ruler. For diplomatic reasons, she married him. They were both killed in battle not long after. Velu Nachiyar. Velu Nachiyar was the princess of Ramnathpuram of the Ramnath kingdom. Nachiyar was trained in many combat methods, including war match weapons usage, martial arts like Valari, horse riding, and archery. She was a scholar in many languages and was proficient in languages like French, English, and Urdu. She married the king of Sivagangai, with whom she had a daughter. When Velu Nachiyar found where the EIC stored some of their ammunition, she arranged a suicide attack on the location, blowing it up. Nachiyar inherited the kingdom of her husband and ruled it for 10 more years. In 1790, the throne was inherited by her daughter Vilachi. She granted powers to her daughter with the Marudu brothers to help with the kingdom's administration in 1780. Rani Abakka. Rani Abakka, the ruler of Ulal, was the first Tulawar queen and was called the first woman freedom fighter of India. Abakka was an extraordinary child, and as she grew up, showed signs of being a visionary. There was no equal to her in military science and warfare, mainly in archery and sword fighting. Rani Abakka fought against the Portuguese for over 4 decades when they trained their eyes towards the south after capturing Goa. Even after she had been captured, she refused to give up and died fighting for freedom. For her monumental bravery, she is still known as Abhaya Rani, the fearless queen. Thank you.